This is, I'm going to go to the, explained already, classical, modern. So the first one, classical, is absolute advantage and comparative advantage. There are two theories that we're going to study in the classical. Absolute advantage and comparative advantage. 1, 2, the theories. L only, which is L. Absolute advantage, comparative advantage. And this one, factor proportion theory. Factor proportion theory. Or better known as HO theory, Heckscher-Ohlin. Heckscher-Ohlin. I'm going to explain that later. HO. Heckscher and Ohlin. I think German. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to start first. Our very first lecture. Plastic is very important for me. Why plastic? I can see it quickly. What's in there? That's the reason. This plastic. Oh. But inside all this bag. Okay, one moment. I'm gonna use this. Okay, this is our first topic. We're going to study about globalization. There are two types of definition of globalization. Economic, simply economic, and business definition was limited to interdependence. But if you want to study more about globalization, you have to take a course or courses in sociology. Sociology will explain better on globalization, which I can teach you because I took a course in depth, special course on special globalization when it became popular. But I want to ask you, what do you know about globalization? What is your definition of globalization? Now. This is the definition, but that's no. I want to know your, without looking at the notes. Jabali, what do you know about globalization? What do you think about globalization? Quickly. We have no time. It's not that we don't have time. Our time is limited. Nurul Fatihah. Yes. Come on, we have to do this fast. We cannot waste time. Dinesh, say something. Yes, what do you think about globalization?
Advancement that never stops, technology.
That's part of it. One segment of it. One segment. One dimension of it. Alia Adriana. Where? Where is it? Where are you? Yes. Shakir Izzat. I'm asking you to get, I'm doing a survey. I'm not asking you to punish you. I'm asking, I want to know what you think about globalization. I'm just doing a survey. Because I'm going to tell you what globalization really is. So please, quickly, when I ask you, Sabrina, we have two Sabrina, Nur Sabrina. Quickly. Globalization. Tara, globalization. In my home. Yeah, that's a manifestation, not definition. Plymouth. Coming from here, yeah, part of it. Okay. What about border? The border. Anything you want to say about border? I'm surprised. I'm so surprised. Okay, let me. What is globalization? I'm not satisfied yet. Time.
Maybe globalization is kind of development of one country in terms of their enriching
Someone says about border. Who else want to say about Nuraida? Globalization. Come on. What about Wichaksono? Globalization, yes.
I think globalization is like a growing interdependence between nations, between world economy
Yeah, he says something, no more border. I'm surprised nobody is mentioning. Perhaps are you reading a lot or not? Borderless world, nobody says this. I was just waiting for somebody to say borderless world. World without borders. I just waiting for somebody. But I'm going to show you this is not correct. So, you see, I'm doing a survey how much you are reading. University students must do reading, magazines, newspaper. If you read, you will find this word. Globalization is borderless world. It was popular. Globalization has became popular in 1990s, in early 1990s, and especially mid of 1990s and late 1990s. By late 1990s, what is late 1990s? Coming to 2000, late 1990s, so many books, so many magazines, so many people, even students, if they want to do the banner program, career week in the era of globalization. Student movement, student governance, whatever, globalization. The word is so popular that everyone wanted to use the word globalization. That was late 1990s and also through 2000. And most of the people think this is the definition of globalization, borderless world. Worldless, meaning no. World without border. That was the meaning that people on the street, many people who have not studied academically find. Because this is the newspaper and magazine. Newspaper and magazine. Magazine definition. But academically, it is wrong. Do you think that border is with globalization, no borders? Maybe true only with internet communication, Wi-Fi, like I'm doing this YouTube, like no border. But there is always border. So, borderless world is wrong. This happened because of this publication. Okay, never mind. We go quickly. I'm not satisfied if I'm not telling. So, for me, the role of lecturer is to impart knowledge. This by Kenichi Omai. Okay, The Borderless World. The book. This is the book I have in my room, my office. The book. This is Kenichi Omai. He got PhD in nuclear science from MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. You people, perhaps the world knows Harvard. But MIT is much better. MIT, where technology is born. Most of the technologies are born at MIT. See my word, at. Where I study at? You study at, not in. I'm not studying in MIT, UKM. I'm studying at UKM. So technologies are born at MIT, but people know more Harvard. So he became the chief of McKinsey. McKinsey, American companies, consulting firm for management consulting firm, McKinsey, Japan, McKinsey Japan. Of course, McKinsey is an American company. So he wrote this book, The Borderless World. This is the book in my room. So Power and Strategy in Interlinked Economy. Because of this book, published in 1990, 1990, okay, 1990, people started to use magazine, newspaper, and people on the street started to use the word, oh, globalization is borderless world. But is it really globalization, borderless world? I'm going to show you that with globalization, border, some will be open, but globalization will push for greater safeguard of borders. Yes. Borderless world could be in the internet. You can send email, you can send whatever. Internet, yes, but not necessarily. So this is not the precise definition of globalization. Oh no. Oh yeah. Yeah, I studied. He came to UKM to teach us at that time, 1989. In 1989, he came to UKM because the word, not 89, 1999, because in the late 90s, globalization as a study, as a word, became popular. And people got, a wrong definition, borderless world, because of Kenichi Ome. So he came, I took a short course on globalization. Here, he came, short course, to teach us. I'm the only one from economics that attended. Because of my nature, I like something like this. And those are economists in this faculty, they like all this art square, whatever. They are that type. I'm in this type. Globalization. So he defines globalization is not simply borderless world. I don't have to. It's in my head. Compress of time and space. Compression of time and space. In one day, I could be having breakfast in Bami. In just one day, my lunch will be in Bangkok. My afternoon tea will be in Singapore. And my dinner in Bali. In just one day. There's compression of time and space. What is space? Not the space. Space is distance. Compression of time. In one day, I can be in 3 places today. And space, which is the kilometer distance. Compressed. That's globalization. It's not simply borderless world. And with that, all that's what you say. Companies go global. countries interdependent on each other. But, okay, I have to do it now. Time is so short. Wait. Wrong. With double movements of action in action. I think I will do it. I will do it quickly, because since I'm already giving you this. How can I hide, because there's so many things inside here. So, okay, fine. I wish I could get that quickly, but I want to do this for you. No question on the exam. No, I'm just imparting the knowledge for you. This is globalization. However, let's look. This is definition of economics and business definition of globalization. Okay, please pay attention. Time is so limited. So many things I want to share with you. Only time is the limitation. So this is definition: economic interdependence, economic activity. Okay, that's the high degree of economic interdependence. I'm going to tell you this definition from this book is only one side definition, only here. I'm telling you the whole meaning of globalization: compression of time and space with double movement of action and reactions. Accelerated by advances in accelerate. Okay, that's a complete meaning of globalization. Not this one, but you are not responsible on the exam for that. I'm giving you knowledge. Okay? Let's look what the book gives. High degree of economic interdependence. No nation exists in economic isolation. All interacting with each other. All aspects of nation's economy linked to economics of trading partner. All connected. What trading partner is doing, affecting. How is the trading partner, the situation, economic situation there, affecting this? For example, Malaysia, if United States having a Like this. What? Fever, not fever. Flu. Malaysia will be having a fever because Malaysia depends on the American market to export. Same thing with Korea, even more Korea. Biggest market of Korea is United States. If flu American, Korea will be okay. That's what it means. Reflect historical evolution of world's economic and political order. Yes, 7 things in the world. 45 end of World War II. There's 2 superpower. Cold War. And 1989 is the biggest, the most important 89 year in the history of the world. 1989 that began in Romania. Ceausescu was assassinated. That spread the demand for democracy, spread to Czechoslovakia, to Poland. We saw playwright Václav Havel became president of Czech Republic. No more Czechoslovakia, but Czech and Slovakia. We saw in Poland, Lech Walesa, the trade union of the workers on the port of Gdansk in Poland became the president of Poland. Romania, Ceausescu was assassinated, and that spread until finally to Germany. It was West Germany, East Germany. With 1989, the most important thing in the world that happened in 1989 was the collapse of the Berlin Wall. The Berlin Wall was very important to divide West and East. West Germany was 2 things when we describe. When we describe a country, 2 things we should describe: economically and politically. West Germany, divided by Berlin Wall, the wall is in the middle of Berlin, the city. West Germany, economically market-oriented, politically Western democracy. East Germany, economically socialist, politically communist. So the collapse of the Berlin Wall because of one of very important, nobody really mentioned, but I mentioned, a demonstration effect, not demonstration go to the street. Demonstration effect of the success of 4 tigers that followed Japan. Which is, after Japan came Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Singapore. Yeah. So at that time, when are we going to get into our lecture? Because I want to take this so that's my profile. But I want to go to my page because I've shared something on my page. This is my page. You must follow because some will be here. How? I'm not familiar when it comes to the, that's always on the phone. Here? This is my page. I'm a futurist on technology. Futurist on technology. Or we can play just 세정씨. Oh, no. This is today. In the past, America would blame Japan. Nowadays, America would blame China for everything. In trade deficit. Okay? So, the collapse of Berlin Wall, 1989. Let me finish the story of very important year in the world. Economic history. Romania, Poland, Czechoslovakia, Germany, collapse of Berlin Wall, people come to demand democracy that led to unification of Germany in 1990. Germany became one. But the most important is the Berlin Wall that divided the two ideologies, socialism and communism on the Eastern Europe, Western democracy and market-oriented economy on the West. That finally led to the collapse of Soviet Union. And that spread. And this helped by this at that time. This is 1984. 1989. Look. Oh yeah. 1984. See. This is 1985. So that's me, Lee Hon-soo. Okay, 1985, December. The coming of even Business Week, the magazine. The coming of Koreans with cars. Hyundai Excel in Korea, Pony. Hyundai Pony in Korea came with the advertisement. Hyundai, car that makes sense. Hyundai, car that makes sense. On TV. 4949. Please listen to me. Because you're not going to get this inside textbook. This is from me. Okay? Not in the textbook. So please listen. Hyundai. Cars that make sense. 4949. The price was $4,949 US. So the magazine pick up. The Koreans are coming. So I do this to show you that this is real thing, not this real. That's why I do take picture like that. Real thing with me in my hands. Flick like that. You see? That's the purpose. This is the car. Car was symbolic at that time. Export of car symbolic a country joining club. A club of becoming developed country. That's why car is symbolic. Not only cars, all this car, computer, personal computer, video cassette recorders, compact refrigerators, TV, color TV, microwave ovens, video cassette, floppy disk. All this coming from Korea. This company, Hyundai founder, he ran for president but lost. This is a Samsung founder. This is LG founder. This is Daewoo founder. I know him, but he doesn't know me. But I shook his hand already. I shook his hand before he died. Of course, he passed away already. But he doesn't know me. I'm just like anyone, normal. I mean, everybody's. So that was Korea at that time. Sacrifice of the old elders. But Koreans today forget the sacrifices of the old people for the Koreans of today. Look, on bicycle. So Hyundai Excel goes on sale next month in January '86, leading to huge wave of consumer goods from frontiers. Is Korea the next Japan? Of course not. Korea is not Japan. Japan is not Korea. So this is demonstration effect, because in Moscow, in Romania, in Czechoslovakia, they lining up in a long queue in the winter, cold winter, steam coming out, just to buy a piece of bread. Whereas with the communication technology at that time, they could know the other side of the world. Japan, Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Singapore, the so-called four tigers following Japan. Japan already developed four tigers: Hong Kong, Taiwan, Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Singapore. They can live good life, no problem of getting food. But us in Romania, but us in Moscow, Russia, Soviet Union, us here in East Germany, we cannot eat. So the demonstration effect of the success, not demonstration on the road. No, not that one. So in English, there are so many meaning of demonstration, right? One is demonstration, not that one. This is the demonstration of the success, economic success of economic policies. By whom? By the so-called Japan and four tigers. With the coming of Korea, even Newsweek magazine based in the United States pick up, is this another Japan? This symbolize the coming of so-called Asian century, so-called at the time. But is it today Asian century? So many books. So, wow. So as a result, one by one, let me finish. One has started. This is Romania. The detector. He was a dictator, and finally, and that spread, demand for democracy spread, and finally, This is Poland. So, playwright became president of Czechoslovakia, and in 1989, this Berlin Wall. Finally, this Berlin Wall yes, this. People demand. And this is demonstration. Another meaning of demonstration. But that one, success is demonstration also. You see the word? That was demonstration effect. Success of Japan and Korea in all this export of goods became, we here in Eastern Europe, not even bread we can eat. That's why. So this has spread to, in June of 1989 also, this is the famous picture. This is the famous picture on New Times magazine, whatever magazine, demanding for democracy. So, because of this, China, what is China today? Because of this, China, what is China today? Because the premier at that time, Deng Xiaoping, in 1978, started the reformation. And because of this, Chinese government must reform. So what the Chinese government did, okay, we explain again. When we explain something, a country, economic and politics. So China economically, socialist. Politically, communist. So what China did, so Chinese people and Chinese government are very practical people. Anything that bring me money, I will do. I'll do anything just to make me rich. So this is socialism, economically socialism, throw into the dustbin, socialism. Embrace market economy. That's what China is today. But politically, until today, China is communist. I don't care. Anything I will do to bring money. You want to call market, you want to call whatever, If socialism, Marxism doesn't work, just throw it away. Take the market. So China, now today, because of that reformation in 1978 by Deng Xiaoping, and triggered by this in June 1989, same year of, the Czechoslovakia, same year of, Eastern Europe. So, number one, I've seen Christopher, he seemed not interested. Somebody else. I want to tell you, when you study economics and business, two things very important: history and geography. So, please bear with me. I'm going to take a few more minutes to complete my story of definition of globalization. Very long. You have no idea what I'm talking about. Why not showing? This is Romania. Romania. But I'm Slovenia. Yeah, Romania. Oh. Okay. Revolution in Eastern Europe. First, you must know where is Eastern Europe. This is East Germany here, by the Berlin Wall, cut. East Germany. This is Eastern Europe. Czechoslovakia. Austria not. Austria is sometime, what do you call this? Not taking sides. Not taking side. So Austria is not. This is Croatia, and all this, Serbia, Bulgaria, Romania, all these are Eastern Europe. From Poland, from East Germany, all Eastern Europe. And the focus, the influence, under the influence of Moscow, Soviet Union at the time. 45, end of World War II, 1945, two superpower, USA and Soviet Union. So we have the era of Cold War. No more war, but war of proxy. Where is it? War of proxy happened here in Latin America. Where is Latin America? I thought when I was meeting my classmates from Brazil, I thought when I was young, I met my classmate from Brazil, I thought he would be speaking Brazilian language. I met my classmate from Colombia. I thought he would be speaking Colombian language. No, I was wrong. The whole continent here, subcontinent here, this is North America, Canada, United States. And this is Central America, Mexico, all this, including the Caribbean. All this from Central America to South America, all of them speak Spanish, except Brazil speak Portuguese. Where is it coming from? Spain, Spanish from Spain. Portuguese from Portugal. Look at this. These people went there, colonized these people and chased away the people, the natives, to the Amazon, and chased people in Peru to the mountain of Andes mountain. So the whole area here from Mexico down to Argentina speak Spanish, except Brazil speak Portuguese. So this Spanish and Portuguese come from here. Greek, come from Greek, and even English come from Germanic language. So come from Greek. That's why Latin. That's why the name Latin America. Latin, Latin, Latin America. We don't call it Latin. Latin America. That's okay. So proxy war here. Proxy war between who? U.S. and Soviet Union to gain influence. That was the Cold War. And 1989, the collapse of Berlin Wall. I'm almost finished. The collapse of Berlin Wall here. The collapse of Berlin Wall inside Germany. This is East Germany at that time. And with the demonstration effect, just now Korea, Japan have a lot of food to eat, can live good life, and we no bread. We have to long just to buy bread. Inflation was so high. So that's why that speed up the demand for democracy, the revolution in Eastern Europe, and one by one, listen to me, one by one, republic in the Soviet Union, one by one claim independent. We are independent. We are independent. Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Belarus, Ukraine, Moldova, Romania is another country. These republics in the Soviet Union. We are independent from the Soviet Union, from Moscow. We are country, we are dependent. And including the Tantan countries, which is the Islamic Republic. The first one, Uzbekistan. We are independent. Azerbaijan, Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, all become so collapsed. At that time, passed away in August this year. He started two things for Soviet Union because of the demand of democracy in Eastern Europe. He started what? Perestroika, restructuring, and glasnost, transparency. Glass, you know glass? Glass, you can see, right? Glass. Transparency. Suppose it's glass. So glasnost, transparency. Perestroika, restructure, more of economic activities, structure the politics of communism, more democracy. And he became victim to this man. Yeltsin chased him away. And Gorbachev, a good man, who started the two things for Soviet Union, was the last president of Soviet Union. Came like Yeltsin, and at the time, one by one, Belarus, all these Ukraine, we independent, we no more under Moscow. To Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, and so on. So now, that was 1991. 1989, all the revolution for democracy in Eastern Europe, in China, collapse of Berlin Wall, and German unification, and what? Finally, the collapse of Soviet Union. No more Soviet Union. Leftist Google Map. No more Soviet Union. All this, Ukraine, all this independent, only Russia. That's what we have today. So by 1991, the end of Cold War. The end of Cold War. You know Cold War, no more fighting. World War II ended, but war will be proxy war. Proxy war where? To gain influence. Here especially. In Nicaragua, in Colombia, Ecuador, Colombia's drugs as well. This fighting, two factions fighting among each other. The Colombian fighting among each other. We call it civil war. Who? Soviet. Go fight. Who? US. Go fight. Because they want to, two superpower want to gain influence. That ended in 1991 when collapse of Soviet Union. No more Soviet Union, okay? Russia. So I think I'm done to tell you about all this. So let's go back to our definition of this. This happened. This is globalization. Action and reaction. So end of Cold War, end of World War II, end of Cold War also got to do with, 1990, the book by Kenichi Ome. You don't like history, okay? But bear with me. I'm departing, you know this. The book by Kenichi Ome is now 1990, right? 990, right? All this German unification, collapse of Berlin Wall, all this 1989, 1991, end of Soviet Union. This happened during the so-called borderless world. With the end of what? The end of socialism. Oh yeah. The End of History. This book celebrated the collapse, the failure of socialism and the failure of communism. This book. The End of History, the title, by Francis Fukuyama. This is Japanese American. I saw somebody in blue shirt not interested in geography, in history. You will suffer in your future in terms of knowledge. I'm not saying this is Francis Fukuyama. He wrote that book. His same type of, can you show me, same type, that globalization is about economic supremacy and so on, but more than that, this Francis. So the title is very catchy. The End of History, the end of his. No more history. Why? Communism go to the grave. Socialism goes to the grave. So no history anymore. And the last man. See the title catchy of the book. To celebrate the success of Western democracy and the success of market capitalism. So this book is about capitalism, the triumph of capitalism over socialism and communism with the collapse of Soviet Union. So now I explain what is globalization. Because of that, see my long story to explain this economically, politically, Western democracy. Now you see the connection. Long way I go. Very long. Lech Walesa, Václav Havel, Yeltsin, so many names. Finally, I want this. This is globalization because of what is dominant. Western democracy. What is dominant? Market-oriented economy. Market-based economy. What is dominant? Here, interesting. So, what is the bad reaction? So, economically, action. So, LDP. This will you. Liberal policy, liberalization, deregulation. Liberalization, deregulation. What is deregulation? Take out regulations. Increase, decrease. Deregulation, take out regulation. And privatization. This is, all this, we call it neoliberal policies. The author is in, this novel is in Washington, D.C. Because Washington, D.C. there is World Bank and IMF. World Bank and IMF are the authors. You know author? Of liberal policy. That's why they call it in writing Washington Consensus. Washington Consensus. What is consensus? All agree. So who? By whom? With this. So is it you're gonna do this liberalize? Open up. What is liberalization? Open up. Open. Liberalize. Let any companies from the world want to open a company here, can open. For example, open a insurance company. Insurance companies, local companies will be wiped out. Because huge companies from overseas can just like that. Banking, Citibank, large Citibank. If you allow Citibank to open here, local banks will be eaten by them. Okay, again, the guy in blue shirt, not interested in what seemingly not important, but it's going to be important for you. So that's why, if you see Citibank here, there's Citibank in Malaysia, but must be incorporated in Malaysia. Citibank, incorporated in Malaysia. That's why Citibank in the bracket Malaysia. That's the rule, regulation. Otherwise, you cannot. So this is the reaction. Action and reaction. That's globalization. This is double movement. Action from outside, which one is dominant, and your reaction. That's why border is not borderless with globalization. Countries will try to defend these forces from outside to liberalize, open your company to trade, open your company to investment, open, anyone can come without regulation, open your business. So we can liberalize, but not completely. We must have a safeguard. So that's reaction. Polity, Western democracy. The exchange here, that's why politics come from polity. Exchange. Someone give vote, I'm voting, that one becomes a member of parliament. The transaction is someone voting, someone get the power. Becomes politics. This becomes economics. Culture. Yes, this is interesting. Back in 1980s, when I was teaching this class, back in 1990s, back in late 1990s, listen to me. There was a study in Singapore. Study. What would you like to be if you are given the opportunity to be born again? So Singapore. 85% of Chinese say, I wish I was born as a white American. Malay, 75% say, I wish I was born a white American. Indian, about the same. So that's globalization, which is the dominant culture from outside. How much reaction? So this is, okay, globalization, not simply economics. Globalization occurs in at least 3 dimensions of human interactions. At least 3 dimensions. Economy, polity, and culture. So there was the study. The Chinese think in Singapore, I wish I could be American, white skin. So this cultural globalization, looking at the white American as superior because of globalization in this arena or dimension. So it means that culture, globalization in economy, globalization in politics, globalization in culture, this one, loss of identity. With this, Malays will become no more Malay. Indians will become no more Indians. Kadazan will become no more Kadazan because of cultural globalization. So how much reaction you are? Loss of language, native language will be losing, Malay language will be losing, Chinese language will be losing, whatever. So, and at the time when I was teaching this class, some of the girls were having a brown hair. I said, you are invaded by globalization. You are being invaded by cultural globalization because you think to be white and red hair, brown hair, not black hair, is superior. Yes, cultural globalization. See? So this is compression of time and space, time and space, but with double movement of action and reaction. Action, what is dominant from outside the country. But how much reaction and defense from inside? Action and reaction. All this process accelerated by advances in technology. It got faster. So that's why I have nothing to do with Korean wave, okay? I have nothing to do with Korean wave. Nothing. So now, used to be Japanese in 1980s. Used to be Hong Kong, 1980s also. And now, Korean wave. Everyone wants to study Korean. Everyone wants to watch drama, Korean drama, listen to Korean song. That's globalization. So, Korean K-wave, Hallyu, is riding on globalization. So, I'm explaining the meaning of globalization. Do you agree now? You see now? Yes. It's not simply borderless world. In fact, borders will be even more safeguarded because of the intrusions of dominant forces from outside, including culture. So people no more speaking Malay. People, Kadasan, what is the other Kadasan? Murul. Iban will be not Iban anymore. Iban children, grandchildren will not be able to speak Iban language anymore because of globalization. That's a threat. See, you understand globalization? And that's why borders must be built. We're not talking border of nobody can come in, but border safeguarding the language, safeguarding their identity, even religion. Muslims will lose their faith if surrender completely to globalization. That's separate. So, you follow now? Now, okay, let's go back to our lecture. Very long. So, do you appreciate the guy in blue? I'm not showing, I'm looking here. But I saw that guy in blue was not paying attention. Not paying attention because he may think that's not important. But now, do you agree with me? The knowledge that you get now? Okay. Okay, now, high degree of economic interdependence, no nation, okay, with economic independence is complex and is uneven, effects are uneven. Some countries become rich, some countries not rich, uneven. Who control? Not even, okay? High degree of steps toward international cooperation, mutually advantageous for trading nations, protectionist pressures. As a result of this globalization also, people started to do this reaction. So to protect, see, protectionist pressure. You understand now? So my diagram here is not useless. It's not useful, okay? Protectionism came out. Want to protect our country. This is the onslaught from outside. Our companies are closing. Gulung tikar, closing. Because of globalization. So some protection pressure. Some developing nations argue that liberalized trading system serves to keep them in poverty. The rich country remain rich, the poor countries remain poor. But our theory will show that's not true. This is the theory of trade theory, okay? But reality is different. Theory, yes, theory. Reality is different because there's so many other things. So domestic economic policies have spillover effect on other economies. Quantitative, my battery is okay. For example, quantitative easing by Federal Reserve, Central Bank of the United States, intended to stimulate the economy. Okay, this is core knowledge. Okay, when there is inflation, what do we do? Not what we do. Bank, Central Bank, what? Increase interest rate. which is tightening, okay? Tightening. To reduce borrowing, to calm down the economy, to control inflation, interest rate go up. That's the job of central bank, Federal Reserve. So at that time of writing of this book, quantitative easing. Easing means the opposite. Reduce interest rate and also reduction of, interest rate, and also, the other one I'm talking about, devaluation of dollar. Devaluate so that export of American goods will be easier to export, okay, when devaluation of dollar. So, intended to stimulate US economy during the recession. So when recession, you must reduce the interest rate. During the COVID-19, interest rate went down. During the 2008 economic recession, this is 2008, okay? We're talking about Great Recession of 2008, 2008. Remember, 2008. So interest rate went down. Federal Reserve. So easy. So criticized by the three partners and attempt to improve American through depreciation of dollar as well. So process of greater independence between countries and flows of goods and services and people, investment, equipment, factory and bonds. I'm not. Time this one. Because you can read, okay? No problem. Global is political, technological, cultural, and economic. That. I draw that. At least in three: economy, polity, economy, polity, and culture. At least. So, can be technological. Technological is nothing. It's here, economy as well. Inside here, technology. Because technology is for what? For money. And for technology is for what? For money and for the control of the world. That's why United States today in the past depend. You go. In the past depend. Nowadays, China. United States consider China as a threat. That's why Huawei company, Huawei phone cannot go into China and the United States. Because technology, when we say technology is also money and also for politics, international dominance. Okay, let's go back. So I was just explaining this one. So what forces are driving globalization? Technological change. Accelerated by advances in technology. So please, the guy in blue, now you see the importance what I wrote. Widespread advanced transport technology. Transport technology, plane, one of the most important. Nobody mentioned. Because I took a course in geography of transportation. This thing. What is this? What is this? What is this? Container. This is one of the are the biggest innovation in the world today, and that people take for granted. Can you imagine? Without this, I want to send my product. I want to send my product to Seoul. First, from my house, from my factory. For my factory, go to a lorry. So, one. And this lorry will go to port land. Load it to the ship. Number two times. Number three, and this will go to Seoul, Incheon. In near Seoul. Bring this out. Number three times. Three times I pick up. And then go by road to the truck. And go to the factory here. So by truck, this is truck. So 4 times you have to get, and the products can break, damage, and use a lot of energy, manpower, or waste time. That's why this container, this is my factory here. This container on the road, on the truck, this is the back of my factory. No, not that. It's already on pallet. This is pallet, pallet. This is the product on the pallet. You know pallet? This is pallet. This is my product. All that. Just go inside. This will go into the ship. Go by ship. So, one time only, and this ship arrived in Incheon. One time only, right? It is in the container. This will go to the already waiting. Like this. You understand? Truck already waiting. You understand? Yes. Just go. And I don't consider doing anything because the product is inside the container. So just one time. And then go to this factory. And finally here, only 2 times. So fast, that will speed up globalization through trade. Container was the most important innovation in the world that people take for granted because it speeds up trade. So what you see container on the road here, that container comes from another country, completely from Germany, here on Malaysian road. So time. So, see, I'm explaining this only. Advances in transport technology. The one that people take for granted. People think airplane and technology, ships, but container is very important. So, what's right liberalization of investment transaction? Investment goes, with globalization accelerated by technology. Investment now, you can push a button. Sell, okay, sell. You sell. Technology now, push a button. Someone care. Long ago, you must write a letter, love letter. 2 weeks will arrive in other country. 2 weeks. Today, someone care. Technology. So, the same thing, transaction, financial transaction, you just click this thing, or you click your handphone, sell that stock, buy that stock. You see? Development of international financial markets and so on. What time is it now? 1:08. So I think you need a break. 5 minutes. So I hope students from Germany and from France will benefit from my lecture of Germany. I don't know much about France.
Okay. I applied this class yesterday, so I registered yesterday. So I don't have any information. So I want to attendance today.
Okay. I would get the latest attendance. What's your name?
Lee Kun Won.
Set so.
I just
A.
A1924 and 145. 145. No. 2445. Not one. Yes. Right.
N.
And Lee Keun. Keunwon. Yes.
You go on.
Yeah. FVP.
And you registered today.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yesterday 7. Okay. Yes.
Sir, I went to the washroom during the attendance.
Yeah. Your name?
Yeah, I'm set 3. Shivani. Shivani Asokan.
This is set 3.
Yeah, set 3.
Where?
I think somewhere off. I guess. I can see my name. That's the one. Number 14.
You were not there last week.
Yeah, I was not.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm going late because this number.
Oh, okay. Set.
1.
Your number? A. Okay. My battery okay? This is live on Facebook. Not Facebook, YouTube. So please subscribe to my YouTube. And easy for you to study back again. There's a news in the news. There's a leak information leak to the newspaper. Meta. What is Meta? Facebook, the company, will be cutting a lot of numbers of workers, laying off. So we predict, I as a futurist on technology, I was predicting that Facebook will be wiped out. In 10 years from today, no more Facebook. And it's happening now. Facebook is laying off workers. So that's the meaning of futurism technology. My name. My futurism technology. Okay, please call. We want to continue now. Call everyone. Come in. Please call. Call. They come. We have to start now. Time is very, very short. So much to tell you, but time. Okay, call. Call everybody, come. Please call. Call everybody to come now. We have to start. Okay, we start. Okay, let's start. And this is development of financial markets, with the technology as well. So now, waves of globalization, history of globalization titled to evolution of trade, connected with trade. Late 70s and 80s, mass production and improved transportation made international trade easier. Most goods are tradable. Rise of global manufacturing in 1990s, characterized by geographical fragmentation of productive processes and offshoring. So products are not manufactured in one place. Raw materials in that country shipped to another country to be processed, shipped to other country to make components only. Like Malaysia makes components, semiconductor as component. Semiconductor is not finished product, it's a component. And shipped to the United States and shipped to another country to complete the process. So fragmentation across the borders and offshoring. First wave of globalization, 1870, 1914. There's no rule to this. Depends on what you want to focus on. Because I can tell you, globalization does not begin in 1870. So doesn't matter what year. What year? 1930s, 45, 80. I can say 45 until 86, when until 1982, or 1989 when Berlin Wall collapsed. Doesn't matter which one, which number, which year. There's no rule fixed. It depends on your emphasis. Okay, I can tell you this The author says globalization occurred in 1870. No, I can say that globalization occurred when Adam was created. Adam alayhi salam, the prophet. That's when globalization began. I can say that. But okay, let's follow the book because this is the book that we have. Decrease in tariff barriers, technological developments, declining transport costs, shift from sail to steamship and railways. Railways is very important because it can bring heavy load. Driven by European and American business and individuals, exported share of world income nearly doubled to 8%. Per capita incomes increased because of this globalization. Nations that actively participated in global became rich countries today and ended World War I. 1914, World War I ended. Ended by this globalization stopped. Stopped because of World War I. So there was a Great Depression in the 30s. This 1930s, you must know, Great Depression in Western world and throughout the world. Economic activities stopped, just depression. So that led to Second World War II. This, I can say, this Great Depression of 1930s, no food, no nothing. Economy was bad. People fighting each other. Many countries will start putting borders, block products from coming in. We just want to take care of our companies. So raise the tariff of imports because of protection. So with Great Depression, globalization that was occurring fast now stopped. Stopped with countries putting up barriers to trade. What is barriers to trade? High tariffs and quota. What is tariff? Products that want to come in must pay import duty, not tax. Import duty. Tax is income. Tax on income. Import duty. Try to shift demand into domestic markets to promote domestic sales and job. Export share fell to 5%. So what happened? So what we're saying is that Great Depression have a negative impact on globalization and negative impact on international trade. Second wave, 45, yes, correctly. The year 45, because why? The end of Second World War. Second World War, end of Second World War. When, Hiroshima was bombed, so Japan surrendered, and then end of Second World War. So 45. So that was my story. Remember the story of Soviet Union and US, the Cold War began. So this Great Depression actually led to Second World War. And Second World War ended 45. And there's no rule to say this is 1980. You've been. You lost a lot of information. You lost a lot of information. I started the lecture already. Renewed incentive for globalization. Failing transportation costs fostered increased trade. Trade liberalization were not uniform. Some countries liberalize, some countries do not liberalize. Differential impacts of the second wave. When is second wave? After end of Second World War. But this, 1945 until 1991, Cold War. I explained to you Cold War. Cold War ended with what? Collapse of Soviet Union. During Cold War, there was a West Germany and East Germany. I would love to go to Berlin and see for myself. the wall. Tara? Failing, and developed countries largely freed of barriers, greatly increase the exchange of manufactured goods, raise income, whereas developing countries. So, for your information, we call it developed country, developed. Non-developed country, we call it developing countries. Developed, developing. USA, Germany, Japan, Korea today, developed countries. Developing, Malaysia, Thailand, developing. Only agriculture export that do not compete with agriculture in developed country, free of barriers. Second wave, new kind of trade. Rich country specialize in manufacturing certain niche in technology, gain productivity through agglomeration economics. What is agglomeration? Centering in one location. If this is an automobile, they are in Shah Alam, automobile. Electronics, they are gathering in one place, in Penang. That's agglomeration economics. Why? When companies of the same industry located in one place, they get the externality, which we will learn. Externality that will give them two things: economies of scale and also technology, spillover of technology. That's why even fashion shop will be all this area, fashions. You see, this Bangi Central, boutique area, all boutique area in one place. See, agglomeration economics. Companies, that's why Silicon Valley, anything high tech in Silicon Valley, agglomeration economics. What is agglomeration economics? The externality, positive externality that companies gain from being in one same location. They can get similar human resource, they can get benefit from similar infrastructure, and so on. Agglomeration economics. Firm cluster, yes, cluster together. Fashion here, all about food here, all about automobile there, all about electronics there. That's why there's a Toyota City in Japan. In Germany, companies of high tech, heavy engineering will be along the Rhine River. Because traditionally, geographically, historically, river was the important. But today, I don't know, high-tech area in Germany. Tara, where is high-tech in Germany? Which area? Oh, still, Rhine River. Oh, I'm correct. So, you see, to be an economist, you must know geography. Even though I'm not German, I can tell about Germany. Right? So that's why, very important. Geography and history. Some clusters produce some products, others connected by vertical linkages, vertical. Benefits only those in the cluster. Second wave, developing countries as a group left behind. Poor become poorer, stay poor. But rich country become rich. That's the negative impact of globalization. The rich become rich. The poor become poor. Continue trade barriers. That's why left behind, they start to protect their market barriers. Unfavorable investment climates, anti-trade policies, dependence on agriculture and natural resource products. Latest wave, 1980s. If I were the author, I would choose the year 1989. 1989, not 1980. Okay? Or I would choose 1992, maybe because of WWW, World Wide Web. Or I would choose, I think we'll choose 90-something because of the mobile phone technology. Not fine. Doesn't matter. Some developing countries, China, India, broke into world markets for manufacturing. Other developing countries marginalized in poverty, significant international capital movement, investment. What time is it? Oh, there. Okay. Say, poor me, no watch. I found that not enough to have a phone, because I know, you think that you can check the time on your phone? No, I'm using the phone for other things, so I don't know the time. And waste time. You have to take out, 2:30. Right? Quickly. So this, go back. Some different countries have competitive advantage in labor-intensive manufacturing, Bangladesh, because of globalization. So that promotes more of comparative advantage. One thing about globalization, that brings out your comparative advantage of that country. Protectionist policies in developed countries, yes. On the other hand, because remember my article in 1989, the Koreans are coming. That magazine, US magazine, we must protect our cars, our Ford, our GM, all this. Coming, Koreans coming, will attack us. Not attack car industry, okay? Not attack. So we must defend our companies. Ford will close up. So protectionist policies in developed countries to protect their companies. Tariffs. That's why one way of doing that, Toyota, because of high tariffs. So in 1980s, 130. Yes, this is a picture of today. When is it? 6 November 2019. Last year, okay? If this picture was drawn in 1985, suppose this is 1985, the picture on the left will be Japan fighting. That's why United States was alarmed by Japanese. Toyota, Honda coming, and the United States raised the tariff import duty for cars in the United States. And to get that around the barriers, Toyota went to Ohio to produce Toyota, made in USA Toyota. No, went to Tennessee. Where's Tennessee? This is Tennessee. Toyota went to Tennessee to produce cars. This was in 1986, sometime, 86, because tariffs. Honda went to Ohio to produce cars. So why are you complaining? This is made in USA Honda. This is made in USA Toyota. So I'm talking about, okay. See, my lecture will be full of information. Protectionist policies in developed rich country. You shouldn't say developed. Just say developed. I'm just making extra emphasis for you to differentiate between developing, which is not rich, developed, rich. Monsieur, okay. Foreign outsourcing, these are, you outsource. This is the example of theory that we want to learn. Don't try to make everything by yourself. You buy the ones that you cannot make efficiently, you buy, outsource. Okay? Products manufactured in modern country, move to where costs are lowest, job losses for some workers in the developed countries, cries for laws restricting outsourcing. By 2000s, foreign outsourcing of professional work, not only goods, but also manpower, outsource. information is internet, high-speed data, sending upskill jobs offshore, accounting, chips, and so on, basic research, and so fast. I'm going fast. Try. Integrated factory floor, increasingly replaced by network of individual, specialized suppliers, countries tend to specialize in specific stages of production, raw materials, process, components. Of course, Vietnam, for example, in the past, Vietnam, but today, Vietnam has become a new China, factory of the world, because low cost of labor. China, no more low cost today, labor. That's why this orange. This morning I had an orange from China. So trade patterns. So what we are interested in, openness. Rough measure of the importance of international trade in nation's economy. How do we export and import? This is total trade divided by GDP. Malaysia started with 57% only. Well, Malaysia, I showed you the last time. This is Malaysia. This is export only, not total trade. Total trade is what? Export plus import plus re-export. Singapore is very, very important, re-export. If you look at data of Malaysia, main trading partner of Malaysia, number one is China. Main trading partner. Number two, Singapore. Do you think that people in Singapore, only 5-6 million people in Singapore, consume, eat, and wear Malaysian products? No. Second largest trading partner of Malaysia is Singapore. Malaysia export through Singapore. Why through Singapore? Because of the ports of Singapore. Once you get to the ports of Singapore, you can go globally. Not through Port of Klang. More, cheaper, easier to export through Singapore. You know what? If Thailand cut across here, like a Panama Canal. Where's Panama Canal? This is Suez Canal. Suez Canal. Suez Canal. So that ship can go through. What is Panama Canal? We don't call canal. Canal. This is Panama Canal. Panama Canal. Suppose, long time ago, Thailand dug here a canal. Singapore would not be Singapore today because all the ship will go through here. Singapore would be nothing. You understand? Singapore is something today because all the ship must go here. So, see? Anyway, let's go back. Do you appreciate geography? Yeah, this one. So, export plus import. Let's see Malaysia. Here. No. Yeah. This. Here, I'm not adding together. But look at this, export. For Malaysia, 1970 was 44% of the economy. In 2004, 121% export in relation to the economy. But now, decrease. It's like this. Goes action. That's the measure of openness. That's export. Import. Import from 36 and now, so same, less. So import also like this. So what I'm saying, Malaysia is a small and what? Small, open economy. Small, the size is small, open economy. So the question is a size important in this? One of the biggest country in the world is what? Canada. Big. But population is only 30 million. Same like population of Malaysia. So the size of geography does not mean size of economy. But economy of Canada is big. Economy of Malaysia is small. So for a rich country, listen to me, not in the textbook. This ratio for United States only 10%. This. Pay attention to me, please. Large country, US, this openness is only 10%. But make no mistake. Oh, your eyes here. Make no mistake. You say 15% only, 10% only? No, the size of export and imports in the United States big, but divided by large amount size of USA economy. See, only, so it means that the larger the economy, follow me, the larger the economy, the lower the rate of openness. Okay? And openness here does not mean open or shut in terms of product. Openness here refers to dependence on trade. Dependence on what? Trade. Tariff high or low is another matter, another story. This, the data that I show for Malaysia, Malaysia is a small size, open economy. Do you follow me? Malaysia is very dependent on trade. Over 100% of, in the past, about 10 years ago, over 100% of Malaysia's, I think, still because just now, export and import are separated. Put together, total trade for Malaysia is more than the size of the economy of Malaysia. Do you understand? Over 100%. So Malaysia is very dependent on international trade. This is what time? So large countries, lower measures of openness. Yeah, this is what I said. When you say, follow me, we say this, right? Large country USA, lower measures of openness, more interaction of domestic economy. Malaysia was like this, the graph. Follow me. No, don't follow. Look at me. Malaysia, the graph was like this, up and down. It means that more and more domestic, less and less. So it means that Malaysia is moving toward a developed economy. When there's a developed economy, less of the external. Less firms can attain optimal production size without having export due to population and economic size. Small countries, higher measure of openness, Malaysia. Someone Google for me, total trade of Korea. Please Google me. Total trade of Korea divided by GDP of Korea. How many percent? total trade divided by GDP of Korea? Huh? I'm not sure. More than that. Total trade, import plus export, divided by GDP of Korea. You find it? You can go to Statistic Korea. Okay, find out later. Let's open international trade and then 1890 to 1950, World War II, Great Depression, reduce dependence on trade, national security reason, protect home industry from import competition. So, after World War II, negotiated reductions in trade barriers. Yes, GATT, G-A-T-T, and 1995 WTO, raising world trade, tech improvement in shipping and communication. Pretty importance of international trade, increasing example need for personal computers with imported components, you know, during COVID-19. Okay. Before that, what makes America still rich? The UK was going down. Before the World War II ended, UK was the king. What went down? But America was going down. But the man that makes America did not go down was Bill Gates. Let me repeat. The man that stops America from going down was Bill Gates. Because every computer will be Microsoft. And Intel, you know. Every computer, Intel inside. But the credit should go to Bill Gates, the man who stopped America from declining. But during the COVID-19, America again was saved. Because COVID-19, people need more computer. Because work from home, online learning, so more computers. So COVID-19, a misery for people, but happy for these people in the computer industry. Right? Trade, okay? This has skip. Labor and capital. Labor mobility has not risen in the past of 100 years. So, 47. Open economy, U.S. increasingly tied to the rest of the world through investment flows, foreign ownership increasing, concern over rising cost of debt, international branches out of U.S. banks, U.S. securities are increasingly globalized. Law of comparative advantage, each nation gains by producing goods in which it has relative advantage. If a good or service can be obtained more economically through trade, don't try to produce it, just buy it. So, you don't try to cook everything for your kenduri. Caterer, use caterer, outsourcing. Not produce it. Don't cook for your kenduri. Caterer. That's why. Because today no more gotong royong. Because of globalization, no more gotong royong. International trade also gains from competitive process. Competition is essential to innovation and efficiency. Global competition can result in high cost. Domestic producers exit in market. So whoever fits will win. Whoever fit, healthy, will win in the competition. Fit means they have technology, they are efficient. Those who are not efficient will close down, gulung tikar. More competition, lower prices, strong incentive of highest quality weakens monopolies. Firm turnover, less productive firms will exit. gulung tikar, improvement of our industry, closely related to openness, education, and communication. Trade can provide stability via exports, rapid growth increases demand for commodities. Forces Kodak to reinvent itself. Kodak, no more Kodak. But Kodak started with imaging technology. You know, Kodak, Fujifilm, they must innovate. No more people taking pictures of, raw film. Now digital technology. So Kodak, Fuji. So Fuji want to maintain in what? Their core technology, imaging technology. First, Fuji goes into what? Into healthcare for scanning of X-ray, anything image. But no more Fuji camera because digital. Kodak also. Fuji, Kodak finally developed digital camera, but undercut by smartphones. Because smartphone, no more camera. Smartphone, people can take picture from smartphone. So that's why I teach another course. I wish that UKM open that course for mobility. 3123. Industry and international business. I teach that on Monday and Wednesday. And I talk about this. Technological change impacting business. Digital imaging company. 50. Bicycle imports from Sweden. Sweden bicycle. Competitors reduce market buys. Racing chip imports. Sweden moves to Union. Okay. Made in China. Electronics survives by moving TV. 150 imports from Japan, South Korea, others flat panel TV. Now, large TV, modern TV. No more black and white, of course, no more. These are thick TV, So Malaysia in 1980s, still 1990s, okay, not 80s. 1990s, Malaysia was the largest exporter of TV in the world. What TV? Sony, made in Malaysia. So Sony was the king of, before the digital, I forgot the term. Now TVs, everything are digital. So Sony was the king, no more Sony is a king. When digital technology came, during the era, Sony was the king of that technology, I forgot the term. But with digital technology, everyone, Samsung cut out Sony and so on. But mostly are manufactured in China because low cost in China. Trade is a zero-sum activity. This is the one that we're going to see. This is false, wrong idea. Trade had become a zero-sum. We're going to learn in this class. Trade is a positive sum activity. Positive, not negative. So this is still explaining some countries are protecting, stopping imports because they operated with the idea of trade is a negative sum activity. One country gain at the expense of another. Say this is 10. Country A 5, country B 5. So they fighting or whatever, trading, whatever. 5 become country A get 8. Country B now left with 2 only. So you sum back again, all 10. Not increasing. So that was the idea of mercantilist that we're going to study in this class. Wrong idea about trade. Trade, because of specialization, we're going to learn in this class. Because of specialization, trade. After you trade, country A has 5, country A, B has 5, they're trading. The total will become 30. Maybe 15 if equal, or 20 earned by the country A, 30, 20, whatever, 15, Okay, 30 I said, 15, 20, and 10 by country B. Previously, country B only 5, now 10. Previously, country A, 5 only, now 20. See, the total is 30. Zero sum activity is after everything, the trade, you put together, the total up, same, 10. But one country gain at the expense of another country. You're not getting. You're not getting what I'm saying. Fine. Country A, country B. After the interaction here can be play, can be game, can be trade, can be anything. Interactions. This is before. This is after. Can you see? Country A, total is 10. Total is 10. Total is the same. You understand? This is zero-sum game. Zero-sum. Well, life is a game. Life is a game. What is life? Trading. You working. Exchange. What is exchange? You work, you get salary. You sell nasi lemak, you get money. Exchange. So everything is a game. What is a game? You set the rule. People set the rule. 4 minutes. When we say game, this is international institutional economics. One game, you know. I can have a takraw game or badminton game, but it's still up. Still good. No point. Because game is something you set. What is it? Takraw. Still good. But takraw today, finish. So that's the meaning of game. You can set the rule however you want. So life is a game. So that's why trade is also a game. Zero-sum game. Total is what? 5. 10, right? This total is what? 10, right? Zero-sum game. One country benefit. This now 7. At the expense of another country. Now become 3 only. Previously 5. You understand? One country gain at the expense of another country that lose. But trade is like this. That's the mercantilist idea. 5. Country A, country B. After the trade, total is 30. Previously 10. Because specialization. When they specialize, this country only produce X only. Oh, that country produce only Y. When they specialize, they efficient in producing X, more X. That country, more Y. They trade, the whole become 30 total. This is positive sum game. Now, I explain it to you. Trade is a zero-sum activity. This is false. Both partners will gain from trade. This become 30. Do you understand now? Yeah, I must draw. Speaking alone will not get you. Okay, thank you very much, Paul. We have to stop here. N. Push the button N. So we continue.